Time is an illusion. Energy is your true currency, Robin Sharma. From the very first moment, you glimpse the truth that its only Ruby Kiss has the luxurious texture that glides on. Time is an illusion, and energy is your true currency. Everything shifts. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a vast canyon. Behind you, the world ticks onward, schedules and deadlines calling like distant church bells. Before you, the canyon yawns, silent and timeless. In that silence, you sense that the way you've measured your life by hours and minutes might be holding you back. You take a step forward and feel the ground of possibility beneath your feet. You remember why you began your venture: to build something that lasts, to leave a mark beyond spreadsheets and quarterly reports. You realize that no matter how finely you slice the clock, it's your energy or focus, your passion, your vitality that fuels creation. Time, you see now, is the container. Energy is the substance filling it. In the days that follow, you begin an experiment. You decide not to watch the clock. You set aside your phone's timer and banish the word deadline from your vocabulary. Instead, you listen to your own rhythm. You observe when your mind glows with ideas, when your body hums with drive, and when you need rest. You journal. Each evening, what hour did your creativity peak? When did distraction creep in? How did your body feel after that lunch meeting? On day 3 of this experiment, you encounter resistance. You catch yourself glancing at your watch. Old habits die slowly. But you remember the canyon's hush. You breathe. You place both hands on your desk and press down, grounding yourself in the present. You whisper to yourself, time is nothing. Energy is everything. That afternoon, you invite your team into a new ritual. You gather in the open-air courtyard at sunrise. No phones, no laptops. Just a circle of colleagues, marketers, designers, developers sitting on the grass. You lead them in a series of intentional stretches and breathwork. You call it energy alignment. You ask each person to share, in a single sentence, what excites them about the day. The session lasts 10 minutes, but something magical happens. People smile more, collaborate more fluidly. And meetings that follow carry a spark you've never seen before. Later that week, you test the idea in your own work blocks. Instead of a rigid tour block from 9 to 11, you carve out energy windows. You watch your own buyer rhythm. On some days, you sprint with creativity at 9. On others, you find your sweet spot after lunch. You let your energy, not the clock, define your schedule. Emails wait. Slack notifications pause. You immerse yourself in deep work until your energy gently winds down. In the silent space between tasks, you begin to notice something extraordinary. Your energy captures time. When you're fully present and engaged, hours slip by like minutes. When you're drained or distracted, even 15 minutes feel like an eternity. You start to value how you feel more than what the watch says. A week later, a client calls with last-minute changes that threaten your launch timeline. In the old model, you would scramble, panic, and burn precious energy on stress. But now, you pause. You assess your energy reserves. You gather your team and say, let's approach this. When our minds are fresh tomorrow morning, you take the evening off. You play guitar, you cook dinner with your partner, you sleep deeply. The next morning, you reconvene. You are rested, clear, alive. Together, you solve the problem in one focused session. The client is thrilled. You realize that by protecting your energy even when time is running out, you achieve more in less clock time. A month into this practice, you decide to map your energy like a currency ledger. You create a simple spreadsheet, columns for high-energy activities, medium energy, and energy drains. You record every major task and rate how it made you feel. Pitching investors. High energy, endless email threads. Medium drain, Scrolling. Social media. Massive drain. With that map in hand, you make bold changes. You delegate or eliminate low-value drains. You batch your email responses into a single controlled session each afternoon. You schedule investor conversations during your peak energy hours. You reserve your most creative tasks, product design. Brand storytelling for the moments when your mind and spirit ignite. As your month closes, you reflect on your ledger. You see patterns. Certain team meetings start strong but devolve into chatter. You streamline them to 15 minutes and follow up with concise notes. You discover that a 30-minute hike after lunch resets your energy far better than a sugar crash. You implement a walk-and-talk culture. Informal strategy sessions conducted on the trails behind your office. In month 2, you encounter a personal trial. Your elderly parent falls ill. Your instinct is to drive harder, to carve out every spare minute for work so you can afford the care you need. But your energy ledger reminds you, neglecting your own vitality leads to burnout. You delegate more of your work, lean on your team, and protect your daily meditation and movement practices. You realize your energy reserve is the well from which both your business and your personal life draw. Through that challenge, you learn that energy compassion is as vital as energy efficiency. You introduce compassion days to your company culture days when team members can step back for family needs, mental health, or pure rest. You find that honoring people's energy limits builds loyalty, creativity, and sustainable performance. Your small business transforms into a human-centric enterprise. By month 3, investors notice not only your revenue growth, but the vibrancy of your company. You are invited to speak on a panel about energy-driven leadership. On stage, you share the simple equation. Time is the framework. Energy is the fuel. If you optimize your fuel, you will transcend any clock. You describe your experiments: sunrise energy circles, energy accounting spreadsheets, compassion days. The audience leans in. They see the truth in your words because they've felt that same exhaustion in their bones. After the event, a seasoned investor approaches. She says, "I've seen businesses chase every minute of growth and crash within months. You're building something that lasts because you're investing in the human currency." She offers strategic capital, but more importantly, she offers mentorship. You accept, knowing that this too must align with your energy peaks. Through months 4 and 5, you refine your energy strategy. You integrate short 90-minute flow sessions for deep work, followed by 15-minute recharge rituals, meditation, stretching, or a quick walk. You publish your first white paper on energy as currency and share it with industry peers. Responses pour in. Entrepreneurs who tried your methods report doubled productivity and reduced burnout. One evening, you sit in your home office, reviewing those responses. You feel a surge of gratitude. You remember how you once measured success. By hours worked, how you pushed past exhaustion in pursuit of deadlines. You see now that those old campaigns were built on borrowed energy, destined to fail. Your new campaign stands firm, fueled by a renewable source, the vitality of people. In month 6, you launch a new product line with a team sprint model. You invite creative collaborators, writers, designers, engineers to a 2-week immersive energy hackathon. You supply healthy meals, guided meditation breaks, and comfortable workspaces bathed in natural light. The result: innovative solutions emerge in days, not weeks. Team morale skyrockets. You realize that when people's energy is honored, their imagination takes flight. Entering month 7, you face a market downturn. Customer orders drop. You could cut costs, ruthlessly freeze hiring, slash budgets. Instead, you turn to your energy ledger. You gather your leadership team and say, "Where can we preserve energy currency? What drains can we eliminate without harming our core vision?" You streamline operations, pause non-critical projects. And double down on customer empathy. You host virtual listening sessions. You rediscover why customers loved you, not because of polished ads, but because you listened and responded with heart. That pivot reignites sales within a week. Customers return, energized by your authenticity. You learn that in times of scarcity. Energy, generosity, listening, responding. Adapting is the most potent currency you possess. Over the next quarter, your brand becomes synonymous with energy, intelligence. You publish articles, host webinars, and coach other entrepreneurs. You speak of the canyon, of the energy ledger, of compassion days. You stress that time cannot be stretched, but energy can be nurtured, multiplied, and shared, nearing month. 12. You convene your entire company for an off-site retreat. You guide them to the canyon's edge, the very place you first sensed time's illusion. You ask each person to step forward and speak their greatest insight from the year. 1. By one they share. I learned to honor my body's rhythms. I found creativity in rest. I built a business that thrives, not just survives. As the sun dips, you lead a final exercise. Each person writes one vow on a slip of paper, how they will continue to invest their energy as currency in the year ahead. You collect the slips and cast them into a small fire symbolizing release of old patterns and commitment to a new way. That night, back home, you sit quietly. You reflect on the year's journey. You see how the illusion of time once trapped you in a hamster wheel. But by valuing energy above all, you unlocked a deeper freedom, the power to choose your focus, to champion wellness, and to lead with empathy.